Welcome back, family, to Northside LDN, and today we have more miserable transfer news. Arsenal being linked to Garnacho. Before we get into all of that, we got a great panel today. Tops, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good, brother. Thanks again for the invite. Pleasure to be on with obviously you and the rest of the panelists as well. And hopefully we can have a good show and try and dissect these transfer rumors. Hopefully none of them come true, because some of the names I'm hearing Northside, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. Well, big yourself up every time, man.
Big up, man. Big up to you, man. Every single time. And Jez, how you doing, bro? You good? Enjoying holiday?
I'm great, man. I'm having a great time away from Arsenal. Well, that's not quite true, but I'm having a great time, man. Beautiful sunshine, belting hot weather. Too hot for me, I won't be honest. I mean, that's like, I'm not a sun worshipper. Having a great time out here, winding up the French in my broken English, because I talk absolute bollocks. And the wife sits there and says, "Do you know what you just said?" And I go, "Why?" She said, "You just talk absolute bollocks." So we're having a great time. What's wrong? The world's good. Having a great time. Fantastic.
There you go, man. As you can see, you're missing nothing. So keep enjoying yourself. Stay out there as long as you can, because you ain't missing anything. But big up, Jez, man, every single time, man. Matty, how you doing, mate? You good?
I'm doing well, brother. Enjoying this summer weather. Watched a little footy yesterday. Too like Jez. Arsenal here and there, but I'm not really looking at it. So the news I'm getting is somewhat new to me. So we here, brother. We here. Good to be with you all.
Crazy. Big up to you, Matty, every single time, man. Carl, what you saying, my guy? You good?
I'm good. I'm hopeful that you've calmed down after last night. I did say to you, I haven't kicked off at you once during that stream, and I'm very open my hands out to say, yeah, I got that one very, very wrong. But I profited off your win because I also hit a record on my channel earlier on yesterday when I woke up this morning and found yesterday's watch along for the Spain-Portugal game was my biggest viewing watch along I've done on my channel. So,
Congratulations.
So I'm pretty happy about that. And profiting off a win. off your team's win, shall we say. But all right, put it down. There's 3 Englishmen here. Like, we've never seen one of them before. What
for the rest of this week, I said for the rest of this week, Portugal winning a trophy, I'm not gonna flip out for the rest of this week, man. I'm not gonna let them ruin my parade. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But listen, let's everybody, let's just have an open conversation. We won't take it one at a time. We'll let everyone talk, everyone get their opinions in. But Garnacho to Arsenal. Who wants to go first?
No. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Let's be real. Come on. Is this the level that we're falling down? Come on. Garnacho? Seriously? Is this the levels that Arsenal Football Club has fallen to when we used to once buy world-class players? And we're looking at this level of football. Man, come on. Seriously?
Yeah. We've gone from Mbuemo to Semenyo to Garnacho.
It's just getting lower and lower.
Rodrigo. We start with Rodrigo this week.
Laugh.
Don't forget Rodrigo. We started Rodrigo.
Yeah, what happened to that? That news is just vanished.
Rodrigo, don't be negative. Don't be negative. You know what I mean? This is a market opportunity, guys. This is a market opportunity.
It's a supermarket opportunity. You're right. It's a supermarket opportunity. You're right.
Listen, I'm with Jez. Yeah, I'm hoping this is not true, but because Arsenal have got such a tendency of getting those leftovers, you have that Christmas dinner, you got the Boxing Day leftovers, and then you got the next day leftovers. We get that the leftovers after that, like 28th, 29th. Because how many leftovers are we going to get from these top rivals that don't want their players? Like, this is why I was so against like the Kepa deal, because it's like, bro, I've seen this every single transfer window for the last 4 or 5 years. Us getting Chelsea rejects, players that Chelsea don't want to keep, players that Chelsea want to get rid of. And now when we're linked with all the kind of players that rivals want to get rid of, I can't even say confidently, nah, my club's not going to do that, because we do it. We do it all the time. This is why I want us to get rid of this stigma of just getting these cast-offs. Like, we just need to stop doing it. Next summer, I don't want to hear no kind of links with any kind of reject from Chelsea, Man United, Man City. No one of these teams, because at the end of the day, it's like a lingering bad smell every single summer. You just know it's going to come. You know, we're going to be teased by Rodrigo and all these top players, but then eventually we're going to be left with Kepa or Sane or one of these other guys that didn't really make it at a big club, or they've moved on from a big club and the club want to get rid of him. And hey, just come to Arsenal, retirement home. Hey, if you want to live in London, we'll sort you out, man. We'll sort you out. So yeah, man. Northside, I'm just hoping this is just those kind of Twitter rumors that will just fade into the distance in the near future, man. I would never hear Garnacho linked with our club again.
Let's put it right here. Yeah, let's put it right. This is Arsenal, right? Eating Christmas turkey on the 1st of fucking February. Seriously? You know, it's gone rotten. It's gone rotten, man. What are we doing here? What's happening? It's shocking. It's shocking.
For me, I just, you know, this is typical. And I did a show last week, and I went through historically. We do stuff like this historically. Now, do I think it's true? I don't think it's true, but in the realm of Arsenal, it is not. We could possibly wake up within the next couple of hours, because the window closed tomorrow, and they could say Garnacho comes in, and would it surprise me? Nah, wouldn't surprise me one bit, because that's what we do. This is how we roll. This is Arsenal through and through. It was funny because last night I was sitting up doing some research for some other stuff I plan on doing, and in 92 and 93, what player? This would be a fun question. Jess might know this. What Arsenal player was in the Ballon d'Or finalists in 92 and 93?
Arsenal player.
Yeah, at that time they weren't playing for Arsenal, but they were in the Ballon d'Or discussion in 92 and 93.
92, 93, Arsenal player.
Somebody in the chat gonna get it. I guarantee somebody in the chat.
No, hang on. No. Hang on.
Bergkamp, is it?
92, 93. It's got to be Bergkamp.
That is correct. What year did we buy Bergkamp? 95. That's the caliber of player that we were looking for back then, and now we getting linked with Garnacho. We were looking for Ballon d'Or finalists, and now we're going out here getting the bottom of the barrel.
We love shopping at Pound Stretcher, don't we? We generally do. It's absolutely embarrassing. Garnacho, I mean, I've never heard such a more overhyped player in all my life. And we've seen some overhyped players in our times, but Garnacho is certainly up there. And to make matters worse, he has got an attitude problem. Why the hell would Arteta even think about taking Garnacho, who apparently has a bad character issue? Because he's the cock of the walk, Garnacho, and he certainly isn't. Bro, Rafael Leao is better than Garnacho, and I don't rate Rafael Leao. I generally don't. So, for me, I hope this is all just nonsense and just rumours, and this is all just like something to piss us off. But if there's any sort of inkling from Ornstein or from Fabrizio that there is something in the background in this, I swear to God, this fan base is gonna lose its mind. It really will do.
If I had to put my money on it, it's Leroy Sané. That's who's coming in.
I'm fine with Sané. He's a freebie, but okay, is he in a little bit more of an upgrade over Raheem Sterling? Potentially. I think he still has got some quality in him, but a lot of people will be like, "Oh no, why are we getting the Liverpool cast off then?" I understand that, but he is still playing at a good level. I mean, he played Germany, and he was played against Portugal in the Nations League semi-final on the Wednesday just gone, and he looked okay. He certainly looked better than Raheem Sterling did when he played for Arsenal. So I would still take Sane over him. But
For me, just sorry to cut you, Carl. For me, I'd only take Sterling if it's Sterling and another winger, because I feel like that left winger position has to be someone that's a top quality winger, one of the best in Europe. And for me, it is only Rodrigo that fits that bill. We've neglected that attacking lineup for so many years now that this is the point where we need to go in like hard. Like we need to get that marquee Alexis Sanchez signing, that Ozil signing, that Aubameyang signing, that one up front to really justify the lack of spending in that position the last couple of years. So for me, it would have to be Sane as like a backup to Saka, and then like a Rodrigo on the left, Saka, and then whoever the striker is for it to be justified, because I feel like, again, we just be penny pinching, getting someone on a free in the attacking positions, but then we're linked with housing for 50 mil at centre-back when we've got, how many centre-backs have we got already, but we're willing to pay 50 mil for another centre-back? It doesn't make sense. It's like we don't put in all the money for the attacking areas, but then want to just dash Calafiori money and Ben White money and all this kind of like 40, 50 million pounds on the defence, man. So, yeah, man, for me, I need to see Sane and someone else in terms of a winger and a striker, and then I'll be happy. But if it's just Sane, I won't be happy. I can't lie, man.
The thing is, for me, this club loves to talk about market opportunities. Now, there's Consensao, that's a bad boy winger that we can get that won't break the bank. We can get Lookman that won't break the bank. Igor Paixão that plays for Feyenoord that won't break the bank. You know what I mean? There are wingers out there that we can go and get. I don't understand why we're looking at Garnacho. I don't understand, even if we just look in the past, we when we bought Welbeck, Silvestri, these are all players we bought from our rivals, Willian. These signings ain't worked out. I don't understand it. And that is why I'm just looking at it thinking, even when you look at Arteta and how much he's improved players, if he can't improve Martinelli, why is he going to improve Garnacho? Because most people would say, a lot of Arsenal fans would say, I don't rate Martinelli like that, but a lot of Arsenal fans would say Martinelli's better. Then why has Martinelli been trashed for 2 seasons in a row? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Trossard as well. He's not been able to get a tune out of Trossard consistently, and there's a player there, but he's not been able to get it out of him consistently. You look at Sterling. What did he really do for his career? Absolutely nothing. Zinchenko trying to transform him from a left back, from a number 10 to a left back. He failed at that as well. Trying to develop Marquinhos, and we sold him. He wasn't even good enough to be a backup. Nketiah was never able to get him firing consistently. You know what I mean? He was never able to get more goals out of Jesus. Kai Havertz, this guy has been outscored by Mateta, Bowen, players like that. Havertz hasn't, for a club that's been challenging 3 years in a row for the Premier League, Havertz at Arsenal hasn't even got into the top 5, top 6 highest goal scorers in the season. He's always in top 15, top 10. That's not good enough. You're supposed to be playing for one of the few, we were told, one of the few teams contending with City, then Liverpool for a league title. And you're not able to get us 20 goals a season. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe that Arteta is going to get the most out of Garnacho. You wasn't able to get a tune out of Emil Smith-Rowe. You know what I mean? And we're supposed to believe that you're going to get the most out. You can't even get the most out of Ethan. You can't even identify Ethan's strongest position. You'd rather play him out of position to shoehorn Odegaard. So there's a massive, massive question mark when it comes to Arteta's player development. Why are you not developing Kivior? Why are we looking to get rid of Kivior? You ain't bought him in that long ago. So I'm looking at the players that you bought in, and I'm saying, you buy in players, you don't know their best positions. You try to play them out of position. Most of the time it flops. And I'm supposed to believe Garnacho, you're going to develop into a top winger. Let's not forget, this fan base at the end of this season said, Arteta has to win a trophy, has to win a major honour next season. Does Garnacho do that for us? I think everybody can comfortably say no. So why are we looking at Garnacho? I really don't understand it. You can't sell us a project and 5 years deep we're going in for players like Garnacho. At the start of this project and this process, they were telling us, don't be critical that we're getting Fabio Vieira. Don't be critical that we're getting Lokonga. Don't be critical that we're getting all these players, because these players, they're catch-up money, like Stricto says. Well, surely we've caught up. We're now contending for major honours, but we're failing to get over the line. We went and got a specialist sporting director, and is this the best that he can bring? You look at the resume of players that he brought into Atletico, Berta, while he was there, and then you look at the players that we're getting linked to. When he's there, they're bringing in Suarez winning the league, bringing in Griezmann. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in Rodri. At Arsenal, first transfer window, we're getting linked with Semenyo. We're getting linked with Garnacho. We're getting linked with Sesko. Why are we keep getting linked with players that are, you know, we could potentially get more out of them? Why are we not getting ready-made players? I don't really understand it. Like, what is the point of Berta being here? Now, the player, obviously, we haven't signed him, but the worrying thing is it doesn't feel like we're moving any different.
The more I look into this also, the more I feel like Berto isn't getting the say in anything in all of this. Why would he go after Garnacho? He's a sporting director. Why would he go after Garnacho? He's not the sort of he's not the sort of sporting director that would go for a scrub like Garnacho. He wouldn't. He'll try and find.
But if he doesn't kick off, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. That's how I look on it.
No,
if he's gonna sit there and allow this, I'm not gonna excuse him as to, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. Then what? So we just got another puppet. Like, I don't debunk. I agree with what you're saying. Maybe he doesn't, but at the same time, it's like, even take away, because a lot of people in the chat saying, oh, forget Garnacho, it's clickbait. But do you know what? Do you know what's not clickbait? We haven't even addressed the key areas that we need. We are still negotiating over players that we've been linked to months ago and still don't know. I mean, we're seeing links about, oh, Gyökeres wants more money. Well, didn't we know this months ago when we were linked to him? We were linked to him at the start of last season. So why do we only know his wage demands now? It just seems like we're just ill-prepared in every aspect. Targets, how much the agents want, how much the player wants. We don't look organized in anything. We look like we're just doing this scattergun approach. And the way we're moving off of targets, it seems like we're failing to close the deals down. That's what's worrying. As soon as Mbeumo says he's going to United, we're like, okay, no worries, we're going Semenyo now. Okay, no wait, Semenyo, you're a bit. No wait, we're going Garnacho now. I mean, this doesn't bring a lot of confidence. No matter where you sit with this club, let's just be honest. It doesn't bring you a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
You know what's the most wildest thing, gentlemen, is June 1st, the window open. The window closes tomorrow. We ain't done nothing. 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 And everybody else is signing up players. City brought in, I think City's going to announce their second player tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think Turkey gets announced tomorrow.
Yeah. That's true.
That's two pieces of business. Now, you can't say we don't want you. We told y'all in January they were giving everybody a sneak preview. And you see what they're doing. Liverpool, the window didn't even open up. Matter of fact, the window didn't even open up before they even had everything sorted out. Manchester, 15th place, Manchester United. And then you get to us. Links. We got more links than a Figaro chain.
I think, Matty, we've got to the point with this club. We're so twisted, right? We are in a mess. The fan base is in a mess. The fan base is so in and out, don't know where they're going, don't know what's happening. And I've never seen the club in such a mess as this, where I'm not blaming social media in this. It's got to the point now that I honestly believe certain fans, real fans, traditional fans, really don't know where to turn, because it's pure confusion now. Young fans that have come into the club, respectfully to them, don't know what's going on. I'm not sure that I know what's going on. And I've supported this club for 57, nearly 58 years. And I'm not convinced I know what's going down. Honestly, I don't. And this guy, there you go. Case in point, Luca. Right? Supposedly, big Arsenal fan. I can roast him right now on Insta. He posted out on his Insta. Oh, no, I will. I will do it. I will fucking do it. Because I'm fed up with wankers like this. I will do it. And he won't answer me because he won't come back to me. He knows I'll absolutely crucify him. Right? This is fact. This is fucking facts, boys. Right? Yes. This is like, let me just post this to you, gentlemen. This is what we're facing with Arsenal fans. Right? Yeah? This is what it is. Yes, Jez. Luca. Right? Yeah? Makes out. He's the big Arsenal fan. Yes, I said to him, so you're now a Spuds fan now. Yes, Jez, I am loud and proud. Spurs fan, Luca, right? Continues on. I said to him, you were never Arsenal, bro. Yeah, I know, but Arsenal fucked me off, so I went to Spurs. So, Luca, how can you sit here in this chat, right, fella, right, and say you are now commentating on Arsenal when you were never an Arsenal fan? You've now committed suicide by going to Spurs, and you sit in Northside's channel disrespecting him by saying you're an Arsenal fan. And I've offered you out, Luca. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me about being an Arsenal fan. But no, when I was on DJ B's channel earlier, you were in there, and you couldn't comment once because you know you will get absolutely roasted. And you, oh, here he is. How am I disrespect? Because you, fella, have disrespected the club and gone to Tottenham. And don't try and turn it around. You are an absolute muppet. Absolute muppet. And you, people like you, sorry, Northside, just make this comment.
No, do your thing.
These are the cream of the cream of the muppets that we have in this fan base. Because Luca was never, ever an Arsenal fan. He's admitted it. I've got the receipt, mate. I've got it on my phone. Right? And we have to deal with these clowns all the time. Because I'm fed up of talking to these absolute idiots that make out they're Arsenal fans.
Do you know what it is?
This clown, sorry, Northside, this clown has proved. No, it's not a fake account, you muppet. I know it's you. And at the end of the day, don't make out and try and fall out of that bullshit. And I'm fed up of listening to these absolute idiots that make out they are Arsenal. Piss off. F off. Get out of this club. All these gentlemen here are proper Arsenal and will support the club through and through. And it's a disgrace that we have to put up with these YouTube idiots that make out they know what they're talking about. I roasted last night some absolute idiots, YouTubers, because they know nothing about this football club. I am absolutely beside myself at the moment because I don't know where this club's going, Northside. I don't.
Neither do I. But you know where we got context? We got context on the history because they like to talk about context. Look at these signings. Let's just refresh everybody. You know what I mean? All ages. Some of us are old enough to have seen all these players. Some of us only a couple. But look at this. Look at some of the worst signings we have made, and where is it taking us? Before people tell us, oh, they can do a job. There's a couple of they can do a job players in this video. Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Things ever. Number 10, David Luiz. Arsenal signed David Luiz from Chelsea at the age of 32. They hoped that their young squad would benefit from his wealth of experience, but things didn't go according to plan at all. He ended his first season at Arsenal as the player with the most red cards in the league, and what made it worse was that in the big games, he was a disaster. Against Chelsea, he got sent off. Against City, he made an error leading to a goal, caused a penalty, and then got sent off, becoming the first player to do all three in a single game in 5 years. Oh, and he did all that after coming off the bench. That same season, Luiz set a record for most for the Gunners. Number 9.
Yeah, but he can do a job. Guys. Get behind the boys. He can do a job. Red card after red card, yeah? Red card, another Chelsea reject, exactly. Another reject from our rivals, but he can do a job. But maybe we can get the most out of him. But maybe he can be a good servant. Oh, it's a cheap signing. It won't be bad. You know what I mean? Maybe he can fill in. You know, maybe we can get the most out of him. He's still a top player. Let's continue.
Willian. Another horrible signing Arsenal got from their City rivals. Willian made the London switch in the summer, and it looked like he was an amazing signing after assisting 2 goals on his debut. But that was all for goal contributions for him until the next year when he assisted again against Leicester. After 1 year, which saw the Brazilian score just 1 goal, both parties, the worst time he had lived as a professional, it was that bad.
Scored 1 goal, but he wanted to stay in London, so we'll do you a deal. You know what I'm saying? No way, we'll cover your wages. Another player that can do a job. Another player that can fill in, you know. At least he's not going to challenge, the main players. At least he's not going to be starting every week. At least we can still get all the star boys in the team. Again. But let's continue because these men need a refresh because they seem to think that we're just talking out of our arse. So let's continue before you try and justify to me a Garnacho or a Sesko or another bum from another rival team or a player that's not good enough. Let's continue.
Number 8, Gervinho. After Lille won the league in 2011, 2 London clubs raided them for their 2 best players. Chelsea got Hazard and Arsenal got Gervinho. Arsenal would quickly realise they made the wrong pick. He was just not the guy they thought they were getting. He scored just 11 goals in 69 appearances for the club and had to be sold 2 years later. You would think Arsenal learned their lesson after this transfer, but as we will find out later on in this video, they followed the exact same script again years later.
We followed the same script. Just the process. Crazy. Just the process, guys. Anyone got anything to add before I continue? Because there's more.
Hey, no, he forgot to add. He got it. I don't know if he said it now. I was listening, but I think he missed it. He got a red card the first game.
Yeah, against Newcastle. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. He punched him in the face. It wasn't even 20 minutes into the game.
I remember watching that guy. Right, I remember watching his first game. Right, he was absolute toilet. First time I saw him, I thought, who the fuck is this? Sorry for swearing. And I thought, what are we doing here? And I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one, guys. I was sat, right? I was sat in the North Bank and we watched this guy. And I thought, what we bought here? I can think of better Sunday League players than this guy.
I don't know what to say.
Seriously.
Man
Go
said
down
not defending Arteta,
Sunday
but
morning.
Javinho was a Wenger signing. The point is not the fact which manager was it signed under. It's the fact that this club is still not moving serious, regardless of the manager. That is the point. The point is we're still going with the same bullshit that we've got market opportunities and that we can unlock players and that we can go to rivals and pick their dead wood. That we think that we're going to outsmart the market. Instead of getting Kante, we pay more for Xhaka. Instead of getting Hazard, we go and get Javinho. This is the bullshit that we're talking about. That is what I'm talking about. No one's saying it's Arteta sign. Everyone knows it's not.
Do you reckon, guys? Sorry to interrupt you, Northside.
No, go on.
Do you reckon Garnacho is better than Javinho?
You're right, old Paul. These
men are brothers, man. These men are brothers.
Don't say right there, Eve.
I mean, if you stuck a gun to my head, I'd be like, just pull the trigger, mate.
That's a genuine question, man. Do you reckon Garnacho is better than him?
Nah,
probably.
No.
He's faster.
I think
He's fast. He's got pace, but that's really all I can say.
It's great having pace. Everybody can have fucking pace, right? You can run. You can run at whatever speed is great. Doesn't mean you're a great footballer. I mean, sorry, I'm sorry. Garnacho, him. Who's better? Who's better? Sorry. Let's make a comparison, guys. Let's make a comparison because I don't see anything here.
I can't lie. I can't even be bothered to compare it, Jez, bro. It's like, what is the point?
Let's not do it. Let's not do it. We use too many brain cells otherwise.
This is where we are as a football club.
But
this is where we are, right? And the thing is, we are in such a sorry state with this club right now that we are looking at Garnacho. Come on, please. Somebody give me some hope.
You remember they told us it would change, Jez, when we paid off the stadium. But funny enough, we paid off the stadium when we're going through the same shit.
Hey, they said about 4 years ago, they said we get into the Champions League, we can get world-class players.
Yeah.
Well, let's see who else makes the list.
Number 7, France.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
You probably aren't very familiar with his name, especially having been an Arsenal fan for years. That in itself proves that it wasn't a great signing. Here's what made it worse. Wenger's statement after he successfully signed Jeffers from Everton. We were considering Ruud van Nistelrooy and Francis Jeffers, and in the end, we went for...
We was considering Ruud van Nistelrooy.
That is a howler.
Where did we get
Oh my lord.
Where did we get our tent from?
Just like we're considering Gyökeres, but we're going for Sesko.
Oh my day.
Do you remember, guys, where we got fucking this prick of a manager from?
Yeah, hey, Jez, you right there. Watch this. Hold on, Northside. Hold on. Let me get it right here. I kept this on file just in case I need to pull it back out again. Here we go, Northside. Right here, brother. Pull it up right there, brother. Pull this up right here. Jez, watch this, brother. Here it come. This for to blow some folks away. When Northside chat is. This for to blow some folks away. Arsenal signed midfielders Mikel Arteta and Yossi Benayoun. That's how we were moving.
That was in 2011.
2011. That right there. That's the day of doom right there. That's the day right there.
That was also the year the year we bottled the League Cup to Birmingham City as well. And that's who we ended up buying in the summer.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
me.
remember that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your birthday weekend, ain't it?
I mean, who can compete with Birmingham? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They got relegated the same season, man. A shambles.
Watch this. The best part about it, the best part. Arteta forced through a move to come to Arsenal. He forced through a move. He
Look at that.
forced Everton to let him go to come to Arsenal.
Look at him, bro. The Spanish Peter Andre, bro. Look at his hair. Incredible, bro. The Spanish Dracula. You know what I mean? Best looking Spaniard we know, man. That's what we do around here. We check out men. You know what I mean? That's what this club's about. Who's good looking? If you ain't good looking, you ain't making the team. Fuck the ball ability. You don't matter about that.
I wished I was smarter 15 years ago and actually noticed that, because I was he's gonna be a right fucking narcissist if it somewhere else down the line.
Look at it. Look how fast the
I was only in my 20s. I was like, yeah, I don't know this guy.
He looks like the top goons we be seeing on TikTok. That's what he looks like.
Let's go.
Jeffers ended up scoring just 8 goals in 3 years at Arsenal, while Van Nistelrooy was scoring for fun on the way to winning United. Number 6, Lucas Perez. Lucas Perez almost single-handedly saved Deportivo from relegation in 2016, and that earned him a £17 million move to Arsenal that summer. But the Lucas Perez that travelled to London was not the same one that was at Coruña. He ended up scoring just 1 Premier League goal all season, and that was enough for Arsenal to send him back to where he came from.
Yeah.
1 goal. Why didn't we unlock Lucas Perez? I remember this guy. He was shit, bro. He was so shit. A poor man's Podolski, bro. That's all he was.
He was a poor man's Podolski.
Yeah.
Trash.
I swear down.
Someone's saying Sonogo's got to be on this list.
Yeah, he has to.
Number
be, surely.
5,
He has to be.
Andre
There he
Santos.
is.
Andre Santos
There he
by
is.
many for swapping shirts with Van Persie at half-time in his first game against United as an Arsenal player. He dared to do that after putting up a horror show in the first half of the game. He was vilified for that, and it did not know that he'd been bad from day one. He never picked up and was eventually sold 2 years later. Number 4, Mikel Silvestre. If you're going to sign a player directly from your rivals, you have to make sure that that signing is nothing short of perfect.
Oh, okay. Even the commentator knows. If you're gonna pick up a player from your rivals, make sure it's a baller. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it doesn't matter, bro. Years on, we're doing the same shit, bro. Viva Garnacho.
Like RVP to United. But this is something Arsenal didn't seem to be able to fully hack. They got Silvestre from United in 2008, and that was the first time those two clubs did direct business in over 2 decades. That alone brought its fair share of pressure which Silvestre would end up not being able to overcome. Silvestre scored an own goal on his Champions League debut, and things did not get much better from there.
Think about that.
Number 3, Park Chu-young. Park Chu-young's move to Arsenal in 2011 remains one of the strangest transfer stories we've ever heard of. The lad really walked out on a medical with Lille to go and join Arsenal. Forward, wow. Number 2,
He became relegated Poppy Chow in freaking North London. He did. Woof.
Squadron
This right here.
Mustafi. Surely nobody blamed Arsenal for that after all. But in his with errors and his constant injuries didn't seem to help. Considering his price tag of 41 million euros, that was definitely not what Arsenal expected when they signed him. Arsenal finally terminated his contract in 2021 after 5 years of seeming comedic defending.
So we buy Silvestre, a man scores an own goal Champions League. We buy Park, and he scores 1 goal in 3 years. Lucas Perez, 1 goal in 2 years. Why don't we unlock these players? Because I mean, you know, Wenger's a better manager than Arteta. It just seems it's surprising. Is anyone surprised? If you're a shit player, it don't matter if you're being managed by Pep. You're a shit player, bro. You know what I mean? You can't turn water. You can't turn water into wine, bro. Like, what are we doing here?
As we
But
say
we
down
continue
south,
with
you
the
can't
same
turn-
shit.
As we say down south, you can't turn sugar into shit. You know?
You can't turn shit into
I've heard that term phrase before.
You know what I mean? Who's number 1 in this list?
Number 1, Nicolas Pepe. This definitely had to be number one because Pepe is Arsenal's most expensive player of all time, but he's not really proven to be worth the big bucks they spent on him. With just 27 goals in 112 appearances for Arsenal,
there you go. There you go.
Skillashy should have been on that list.
Sonogo, he should have been on there as well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Kim Kallstrom
Yeah, another one.
broke back.
Crazy, but we're the crazy ones because we remember this. We're the crazy ones because we were the ones that were sold that we've got the debt of the stadium. Oh, we can't compete. Oh, we can. Oh, I remember the myth. We'll never spend £100 million to get a player in. Oh, you know, we're playing catch up. Oh, we've got the youth project with Jenkinson and all them bums there. Do you know what I mean? The English core. What happened with the English core? I'm laughing because what's the point getting angry at this point? I just can't be arsed, man. I'm not letting these lot ruin my summer.
I mean, you can't. All you can do is just sit back. That's all. That's all you can do. Because otherwise, you stress yourself out. This club won't do what's right, man. They won't do what's right. They've known for 3 years we needed a strike, and they knew for a fact that the best one was available, has presented himself, and he was available. And what do? We go get the project player. Could he come good in 5 years? Possibly. But what do we need now? We need ready-made. And instead of doing that, they go for we always go for second best. And every single time throughout Arsenal history, every single time, you even heard it in that video, we had a chance to get Rude. Who do we get? We've had a chance to get Falcao. Who do we get? We had a chance to get Hazard. Who do we get? We've even had a chance to get Messi and Ronaldo and Ibrahimovic. And what did we get?
Yeah.
This is historical. I keep telling y'all this. This is what we see each summer is historical with this football club. Words cannot define it. Men are still trying to figure it out. This will be studied in 20 years, our transfer dealings. I guarantee football clubs across Europe, especially the smaller clubs, are using our model to say, this is what you don't do. This is what you don't do. Don't do what Arsenal do. Because that's how stupid we make ourselves look each and every summer. Each and every summer, we make ourselves look stupid. Jazz, how many times I've known you in the last couple of years, we have sat here on summer after summer after summer and looked at these stupid transfer windows. Kai Havertz. You bring it in. You bring it in last year, Marino in there. Then you got the batch the year before last. Each year we do stupid upon stupid upon stupid. We're the only club that improves on being stupid. We consistently find a new way to get stupid every year. And now we're being linked with Garnacho.
Can I just ask a question? All right, mate, if I may. Can you remember the last manager that brought in two of the best players at Arsenal Football Club? Can we remember that, gentlemen?
Say that again.
Can we remember the last manager? I'll give you a clue. The last manager that's brought in two world-class players into Arsenal Football Club.
Same window.
In the same window. Short term.
Oh, you talking about I know exactly what you're talking about. You didn't say short term, I would have said it.
Bruce Rioch.
Bruce Rioch, yep. Because he brought in Bergkamp.
Right.
And
let's just move on from that, shall we? Let's move on from that. Bruce Rioch brought in David Platten and a certain Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp, right? Then that disappeared. So we brought in Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger had the inside link to the French squad, the French youth. Can I just ask this question? Right? We have this manager, Spanish. How is he not attracting the cream of the Spanish cream footballers into this squad?
Hell, he didn't even play for Spain. He wouldn't know.
That's
I mean,
probably,
come on.
and that's probably why. He was an
Arsene Wenger did it with the the French squad.
Yeah.
He did it with them. He brought in the best. He brought in the best of the best. But we have a Spanish manager who never has brought in the best of the best from Spain. Now, I always thought, Northside, you know about this, man. You know about this. You're Portuguese, right? When you've got a link up between a manager and their home country, there's a link. And you'd know that the manager's talking to these players to say, look, I like what you're doing. I mean, I'm out there, I'm talking to you and everything, all that bullshit, right? And you'd think that's how it works. I'm not seeing this with this manager. I'm not being convinced. I'm not being sold the dream of what this manager is supposed to be doing. I'm not seeing that he's attracting the best of the best. The link from Spain to come to play for Arsenal.
Because he's not of that level. He's not of that level, Jess. Because when Mourinho went to Porto after he could have got the job at Benfica, we turned it down to the biggest mistake in Benfica history. He went to Porto. He had Manish, he had Deco, he had Costinha. You know what I'm saying? He had ballers there. You know what I mean? Ricardo Costa, Ricardo Carvalho, Nun Valente. Do you know what I mean? He had Bozingua. How did he know the best players in the Portuguese league? And a lot of them to Chelsea and were successful also here in England as well. How was he able to do that? Deco went to play for Barcelona as well. Do you know what I'm saying? How was he able? Why? Because he's an actual tactician. He's somebody that knows his league. And from a farmers league, and we all know the Portuguese league is below the Spanish league. How was he able to get the gems of the Portuguese league, Mourinho, and take him to England, arguably for many people the best league, and be able to win multiple titles? Man ain't gonna tell me that Carvalho wasn't cold. Man can't tell me Manish wasn't a baller. Can't tell me Deco wasn't a baller. So how was he able to identify the best players from his own country? But this guy can't see that Bayern is a baller. Pedri that he could have got for 20-odd million euros couldn't clock that he's a baller. Yeah. Couldn't see some ballers from how is Wenger able to go to La Masia and pick up Fabregas, and this guy can't go to La Masia and pick up anybody?
He can't even go to he goes to Porto and picks up Vieira and leaves Vitinha.
Oh. Do you know the thing is, Northside, it's not even that hard to try and dissect saying he was with all these players and that. Where does Arteta come from in Spain? He comes from the Basque region. Who else come from the Basque region? Zubamendi. Who else came from the Basque region? Mikel Moreno, who is also Arteta's cousin. They're linking it all together. It's all around the Basque region. And there's a person in the chat, Harvey. Big up to you, Harvey. You just said it perfectly. Basques never say they are Spanish. It's quite simple.
That's probably why they don't claim him. That's why he couldn't get into.
That's why they don't claim him.
You know what I'm saying? No, he's not from here, bro. You know what I mean? He's from Gibraltar. That's where he's from, bro. He ain't Spanish, bro. He's from Gibraltar, side, bro.
Harvey said he goes to Magaluf.
I mean, Tops. Even I want to get you in a conversation as well, Tops. Yeah. Even Fergie goes there and gets PK, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Even he goes to Spain and gets a baller. I don't understand what are we doing with this manager. What is his pool? Like, I don't get it. Like, just kids. Is that what we've got? We've got the Spanish MJ. That's what we got at this club. Just pulling kids. I don't know, bro. Well, you know, like the Netherlands, because we're hearing about the Greek Messi, bro. You saw that link. I know you must have seen.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, 100%. Bro, it's just jarring, man. Because, like you said, like the manager, one of his jobs and one of his obviously attributes is supposed to get these kind of young talents or talents that are willing to come to play for us, that top level. And we just seem to get either people that he's worked with before, either like a Jesus, Zinchenko, cast-offs from different clubs that obviously they don't want anymore, or he just gets these guys that no one really rates and they just come into the team and then they're not very good, like a Fabio Vieira. No one here, before we even were linked with Fabio Vieira, knew who he was, wanted to sign him. Like, no one here. Only Arteta, he comes in and he flops. But, well, there's no real surprise there because no one wanted him. No one knew who he was. So it's like he tries to have these like pet projects where I'm going to change habits and he's going to be an amazing player and he's going to change the world. And then 2 years later, everyone wants him to be replaced. And everyone wants a new striker. It's like, bro, you just wasted 65 mil. You could have put that into something else in the team. All these different goalkeepers he's signing year after year. Luckily, we're not spending another 35 million euros on another keeper because it would have been another waste of money. So it's like, I don't understand the tactics and the actual scouting method he does. Like, he doesn't want to get anyone in that front line that's going to like question what he's doing. He doesn't want a superstar. He doesn't want a Zlatan. He doesn't want an Aubameyang. He doesn't want that kind of a massive ego, massive like what number 9s have, because you have to have that confidence to score goals. Everyone has it. You know what I mean? All the best number 9s, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry, they all have that kind of arrogance that you need to score goals. And for me, there's a reason why we've not got a proper number 9 since he's been at the club. We got Jesus, who came out in an interview and said he doesn't like scoring goals. That's not his strength. We got Havertz, who we had to put there because he was rubbish in midfield. Like, we tried to breed Nketiah as the new Thierry Henry, new Anelka, and that flopped. So these are the striking options we're working with at Northside. It's crazy. So yeah, man, you got to.
But we're saved though because we're linked with Kudus. Now that Kudus, his form has been off a cliff and he's been shit all season. Now we're going rubbish. And if we get him, I bet you we pay top dollar, and he ain't even performing.
Yeah. There's a reason they were near the bottom, bro, because he wasn't. Even the West Ham fans were saying, you know what? Obviously, everyone sees the highlights of Kudus, but this season he's been rubbish. Like, he's not actually helped us get up the league. And now we're going to pay, what, 80 million, is it? Listen, this is what I'm trying to say. We always get the deal, like Matty was saying, we always get the deal too late. Like, strike when the iron's hot, man. Get the guys when they're in form, when they're Ballon d'Or in that kind of category. But we always get it when the powders run dry and they're off a cliff and they're, you know what I mean? It's their last swan song and we give them like a nice little retirement home, like Petr Cech or whatever. So, yeah, man, I'm just struggling offside. You need to help me. What is this guy doing in terms of scouting? Like, what is his method? I don't get it. I can't even lie, bro. I don't get what he's doing.
He's consulting Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it.
Clearly, he doesn't see what he's doing.
Doing that one is crazy.
Throw Ray Charles as the CEO and you're done with then, aren't you?
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. We knew we needed going into the window. We've known for the last 3-4 years exactly what we needed in this team, and we still refuse to do what's required. And then you just dithering around with players. You know, I'm not the biggest Sesko fan, but if you want the guy, pay the money, get the man. Nope. Dithering around with that. Joker has been sitting out there for over 2-3 years. You could have got him. Northside mentioned Conceição. You would think Northside, the way Conceição ripped us up last year, the year before last, in the Champions League, he would have thought to himself, oh, man, we could use a player like this. Let's look in and see what's going on. Well, for all of the crazy signings Wenger had, Wenger did have enough common sense to know, well, you know what? Eduardo is ripping us to shreds. Let's buy him and see if we can get some out of him. Instead of what we do, we go by the Fabio Vieira, who's coming back, by the way. Fabio Vieira, who's coming back into this team. Still hadn't moved him out of the team. Still hadn't sold him. He's coming back. He'll be on the preseason tour. He'll be in Asia.
He's so good. Porto don't want him back.
Yeah, that's what we bought him from as well, by the way.
And they're shit, you know.
I know because they bought that Viega kid from Saudi now, haven't they? Porto. They've got that Viega kid now from Saudi Arabia.
I ain't even kept up with their news. I saw some news about Martinelli, how we're trying to get rid of Martinelli. Looking like that 180 a week is looking like a stumbling block now. Like the 150 for Zinchenko a week. Because AC Milan, they're looking a little bit iffy in making Martinelli a permanent signing. It's almost, but we always get into this. Because if we're struggling. Oh my God.
We told them. all of us have told, everybody on this panel has talked about these wages. We've told people that these wages were going to come back and bite us in the ass. Everybody, oh, y'all just being mean. This not that bad. Then you realize it is. And you know what the major one is? It's Kai Havertz. And wait till they finally get fed up with that and turn on him too, because they'll turn on him after a while when they realize that that's going to keep getting you. Oh, we can't, we got Kai Havertz, we can't go out, we can't go get the best because Kai Havertz, his cards in the team, It's ridiculous. It's the same old. It's
but they're saying we're too much, Matty, yeah? But at the same time, we just bought Kepa. We just bought Kepa, bro. When we could have got Kelleher, we could have went out there and got that Garcia guy. I ain't seen him, but I'm sure he's good.
Call Michael, see what he's doing. Yeah, I know he over there at Celtic. Put a call in. Hey man, you want to retire?
That's what I'm saying. Apparently Martinez is leaving Aston Villa. I seen some Aston Villa fan I was watching. He was saying that it looks like Martinez is leaving. Get Martinez back. Get Martinez back. He was saying he doesn't reckon they'll get more than 25 million, probably less than that for Martinez right now. I'll take. Man are telling me you wouldn't take Martinez right now.
Keepers don't have a high. Keepers usually nowadays, even back then, they don't have a high price tag. Keepers, bro. You'll be pushed to find someone who's worth. Okay, Onana's an exception, obviously, but he's useless anyway. But you look at a keeper salary like 30, 40 million, 50 tops. If he's a top keeper, the only one I can find in that price range that is probably going to be maybe even higher than that is either Edison, Alisson, or Manuel Neuer. They're the only three I could consider.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Martinez wants a step up, not a sidestep. Bro, the thing is, what I hate about this fan base is when we call it the ambition of the club, they start telling us it's a market opportunity. Fuck the market opportunity. What are the best players available? And get us, if it's not the number one player I want, get the number two. Kepa's not even on the list. That is the point. Garnacho should not be on the list. That is the point. Sesko shouldn't be on the list. That's the point. We are looking at players that shouldn't even be considered to be brought into this club. That is my point. That is not, I don't care about the money, because you know what? You can talk about it's expensive in terms of money, yeah? But you know where it's expensive? When titles and trophies are on the line at the end of the season and these players aren't good enough, that is your expense. It's at the expense of silverware, at the expense of trophies. But this fan base only want to look at things like it's a spreadsheet, like it's a stock market. Fuck all of that. We're looking at it as fans. We want the best players. And you know what? What I hate about this fan base is when we didn't have money because of the stadium, they were very comfortable to say, oh, but we can't compete because of finances. Then what's the excuse this window? Because now we've got money. Oh, we don't want to blow all our money. That's what Igal said to me. We don't want to blow all our money. I said, Igal, we just sold Nuntavaj for 8 million. That covers almost all the money we would fork out for Kelleher. You put in another 6 million. You're telling me a 6 million is really going to change anything? We've got players that we're trying to move on. We still want to sell Zinchenko. We still want to sell Martinelli. You're telling me we can't get rid of Zinchenko for at least 20 million? To 15, 20 million? That covers Kelleher. All of a sudden, you ain't touched your transfer money. Stop making excuses. Man, I'm trying to make it seem like buying a keeper, we're spending 80, 90, 60, 70 million. It's flipping 10 to 20 million. You're telling me we can't afford that? Like, what are we doing right now? We got players to sell. It's not just the transfer. And this is why there's no excuse. We've got 300 M's plus all the players like Fabi Vieira and all the other ones that we need to get rid of. Let's say we get rid of, even if we get 60 million, 70 million with all of them combined, all of a sudden you can buy the goalkeeper. You can go buy a centre back. And then you can address the rest of the squad with the 300 million. Stop making excuses. But this is what they'll do. There's always a comfortable excuse. There's always a comfortable excuse. And why we find excuses, Liverpool have been proactive. Man City are now getting Turkey over the line, being proactive. Man United are being proactive. And you man are still making excuses. You man are still making excuses. You man clown Tottenham saying, oh, they're not serious. They got Johnson. Oh, look at the players that they brought in. They got Werner. But then when your club turns around and gets a Werner, the goalkeeper version and Kepa, you applaud it. You applaud it, you justify it, but then you'll clown Spurs for that. But you will applaud it. Spurs are going with this youth project, getting Bergvall and all these players, and we're looking to get the Greek Messi. What's the difference? These men will sit there, yeah? When I'm calling certain of these players, if Saka signs a new deal, he's a certified loser. Oh, Northside, you can't say that. But you man were chatting shit about Harry Kane, and it was true. He was a loser, staying at Spurs, collected money, being comfortable, not trying to push himself to win trophies. You lot didn't judge him about the ability of the player. You judged him on his ambition or lack of. So I'm going to judge our best players on ambition or lack of. If Saka, if you sign another deal, you're a loser. Gabriel, you signed a deal, you're a certified loser. And Saliba, if you sign a deal, you're a loser. Because you guys are good enough to play for the elite clubs in world football. You may not start, but you're good enough to get into their squads. And the fact that you're staying here and signing a new deal when you've been under this regime year after year and you're seeing no difference, you're a loser. You have the same mentality as Harry Kane. That is what you have. And his fans don't want to say it because why? Because, oh, but that's Tottenham, we're Arsenal. What's the difference? What's the difference? They've just sacked their manager. They've just sacked their manager. And you know what I saw Robbie saying before I shut up? I saw Robbie, on DR Sports talking bullshit, This guy tried to say, oh, see, well, I guess winning a trophy isn't everything. As you see, the league performance doesn't outweigh the trophy. Okay, so does a process of 5 years winning fuck all warrant more time for a process that's won no trophy then? Because this can work both ways. Winning Europa League doesn't justify finishing 15th, 16th in the league. 5 years, £750 million spent. How does that justify more time with no trophies?
Fact.
Can't argue with it. Can't argue with it, man. Like, it doesn't, does it? Like, any of the big club, you're getting sacked after probably 1 or 2 seasons, Northside. So, for me, I agree with you, man. I just feel like the fan base need to really just set their own standards. Like you say, they banter Spurs about not winning trophies, not being serious. But then we're doing the same thing. We're not being serious. We don't win trophies. So it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't banter another team for doing the exact same thing your own team does. And that's what I feel like a lot of fans do. For me, I just feel like the fan base as a whole need to just set their standards higher, bro. Like you said, there's no excuse to not spend money now. We've had that period of time where we were selling our best players, paying off the stadium, whatever. We've had 3 of the worst transfer windows back to back I think I've ever seen as an Arsenal fan. The 2 January ones where we needed a striker, and then the summer one was a joke. I still can't get over the fact that we signed a cup-tied second keeper. He's cup-tied. That's the competition we need you for, bro. And you can't be playing it. Oh, my God. Man, you got blood on your hands, brother. You got blood on your hands. Atrocious, man. Atrocious. So, yeah, bro.
Let's call it right. Let's just put the facts on the table, shall we? Right. We know where we're going here. Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'll call them out because that's what I do. AFTV are a bunch of wankers. They're all fake. They don't know what they're talking about. All they want to do is get the big gig with Arsenal. Right? That's how it is. Right? There's too many of them on there that talk absolute bollocks. And I would absolutely love to get 1 or 2 of them on a stream with me. I'd absolutely fucking cook them. Absolutely cook them. That absolute cheapskate, right? Uncle Fester. Yeah? What he needs to do is go and see Arteta and put the light bulb in his mouth, and he'd be like Uncle Fester off the Addams Family. Boom! Yeah, the guy's a liar. He's an absolute narcissistic liar. The guy's a prick, and I'll call him out every day of the week. Yeah, there's other people on there I will call out as well. Absolute abject fucking liars. Bigging it up. Yeah. Judges, you want to come and talk to me, fella? Come and talk to me. Right, let's go toe to toe. Right, can you make it out that you were in the North Bank back in the day? You're fucking lying, fella. You weren't there because you purported that you were a semi-professional footballer. So how the fuck were you at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon playing semi-professional football and being at Arsenal? Sorry, that don't work with me. Sorry, am I wrong in my maths here? Because you're telling me that you were a semi-professional footballer playing at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and yet you were telling me you're also in the North Bank? What, you're in Harry Potter land?
He's versatile.
It's bullshit, man. These people land bullshit, right? And I'm fed up with them. Yeah, that fat fucker, Robbie, he's a liar, biggest liar of a supposed Arsenal fan when he was a Luton fan. Get out of here, man. I'm fed up with them. There's too Northside, I'm sorry. There's too many of these people that need to be hung out to dry because they're liars. They talk absolute bollocks. And, yeah, AJ, I don't give a shit whether he's lost weight or not. I don't give a shit. The guy's a liar. Yeah, he ain't an Arsenal fan. He's a Luton fan. It's a bit like, how can you switch teams? If you love your team, right, if it's in your heart and soul, and Matty, you're in America, right? Yep. You love your club. You love Arsenal. Yeah. You don't get the opportunity to get and come in every week and support the team, but you love the club, right?
Correct.
You love it. And you'll give everything to your club, right? Am I wrong?
Correct.
Then please tell me how, as an away country fan, American fan, I don't get this. And I want to ask you this because I respect you and you give the fucking facts, man. How the hell on earth do you see the likes of the idiot channels in America who have absolutely no respect for people that go in their chat who question them? Well, I'll call her, right? That silly cow in California, she knows shit, or she knows Arsenal. Jess, absolute bullshitter. Do you, as an American, Matty, do you feel embarrassed about that?
I think what happened. Let me just put it to you this way, Jess. I think what happens, especially with most Americans, when it comes to the sport of world football, just not even just club. I'm just talking in general. Is that most people have not educated themselves in the game of football properly. They don't understand the history of the club. Jez, you start. Me and Lee was up talking one night, and I was showing Lee some of the stuff I had, and Lee was like, "Man, this is crazy just to see the stuff that you have and the history and everything." And I said, most folks don't end it that I bleed red and white, like literally. Everybody who watches Lee's channel knows I'm up early in the morning, I'm up at night, I'm up in the afternoon, all times of day. I've had to. I'm moving work around to watch games. Most people know I'm a photographer. So I'm rushing home and I'm driving. And anybody that's been to the state, Northside will tell you, anybody that's been to the States to tell you, it's not like how it is over there. If you got to go to one city, you got to go all the way an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours away to a city to go to work, then come back home. And in some cases, I'm driving 4 and 5 hours to get back to watch a game. And then, over the years, I showed Lee a picture. Actually, I showed the chat. We was watching the one, I think it was the Napoli game or whatever, and I showed him the pictures. I said, "Well, this is when I was coaching, and the team had guess what kit the team had on, the whole team. They all had on Arsenal kits. Guess who paid for it out of his own pocket? Yours truly. They have on the kit. These players are all these young men and women that I coach are all now Arsenal fans. With the exception of one who's a United fan, which I give him hell every time I see him. But for the most part, you know, you have to inundate yourself with the club wholly. Jason knows this. Because he's seen me out stuff outside of
Don't you find it frustrating though, Matty? I mean,
yeah, I can't sit up and tell you I don't. I can't sit up and tell you that I don't, Jay. Because my thing is this.
Look, you know, I mean, you have researched, you've supported, you are qualified to actually talk about football. You've coached football. You've actually done the hard line, right? Don't you find frustratingly to you that you have these people that try and make out that they know about the club and they talk bollocks? I mean,
But then again, we got the English version though.
Hey, come on,
What
man.
can we
Go
do
to
about
the
it?
guy. Go to the next comment, Northside, and that sums it up right there. Too many people have jumped into the English game, or just in general, because I know a lot of Americans support other teams. I got to know a couple of guys that support Italian teams or whatever, but they don't know the history. Now, I'm gonna flip this. Now, if you were to come over, Jazz, and say, you know what, I'm going to start supporting the Dallas Cowboy. You've been to Dallas Cowboy games, by the way. A game most people don't know. You've been to the Dallas Cowboy game. But you come over and start, Jazz knows Dallas Cowboy. Then all of a sudden, everybody will have something to say. What does he know about the Dallas? What does he know? And so when it flips over back to Arsenal, people just run in and just take out Arsenal and go, oh, well, you know, it's Arsenal. I'm going to just support Arsenal. Don't know the history of the club. Don't know the signings. Don't know what's been put into to success. I'm willing to say right now, 65 to 85% of our current modern fan base has never seen Arsenal win anything. Outside of those FA Cups, because I know somebody goes, oh, you know, nobody's seen us win a league title. 21 years ago, I was in my 20s. Northside was rolling through the house on a big wheel. You know, so nobody knows it. This is why I tell you the history. You have to understand the history of the club. I said this on my channel last week. If you look at history, it gives you a roadmap to success because you've seen what works in the past, take it and apply it to the current. But the problem is too many of our fans, whether it be older, younger, they don't care about history. And this is why we find ourselves in the situation we're in now. This is why why we keep going back down this same path. Every year we go through the same thing.
It's the English fans' fault. I'll be honest. Because I was born in England. I'm not English, but I was born in England. Yeah. I've seen more Arsenal games than I have Benfica. How come I've got high standards for Benfica? And it's always been like that. When I've never been to a Benfica game, you know, I've not had Benfica shirt. I think I've had one Benfica shirt my whole life. Because when you are a Benfica fan, you're supporting the biggest club in Portugal, the most successful club in Portugal, and you're not allowed to say trust the process. You're not allowed to say give it time. You're not allowed to applaud not winning. Benfica finished second this season. No one's celebrating it. No one's celebrating it. In England, most of you guys celebrate it. Most of you celebrate it. Most of you get excited. Don't win nothing, get excited. So me, even though it's a team from my country, I wasn't born in my country. I have a standard set by the fans. The American fans are only following the lead of the majority of English fans. And in this case, we're talking about Arsenal's fans specifically.
The point.
How much can we blame the American fans when the English fans can't get their act together? The English fans are going on AFTV doing party hard. The English fans are the ones going to the game saying trust the process. Oh, super duper Mick. Do you know what I mean? The English fans perpetuate it, and then the other fans from abroad jump on the bandwagon. When you're a Real Madrid fan, you replicate what the Real Madrid fans are doing. The Real Madrid fans are
Can I just land this one? And Matty, before I just want to land this one, right? what frustrates me the most, Northside, and guys on the panel, right? What pisses me off the most is that we have people in America, right? And Matty, you're out of the conversation right now, right? You're ejected out of this. That want to sit there and talk to me, right? And I went in this chat the other night, right? And I asked 3 or 4 questions, simple, about certain things in Arsenal, and she rejected every. She didn't even highlight it. And I'm thinking, who the fuck are you to actually try and sit here on YouTube, talk about Arsenal, and you're sitting in California, wherever the fuck you are, and talk to seasoned Arsenal supporters and make out you know about Arsenal, and then you disrespect people without even showing their comments. This is the state of fucking YouTube. This is the state of where we are at with Arsenal fans around the globe who have got absolute no clue about the club. And yet these people watch these absolute arsewipes, split arses that know nothing about this club. And to be honest with you, she's very, very rude to her subscribers. I don't subscribe to her. I would never, ever. That would be disrespect to me personally. But she's a very rude, arrogant little shit. And I think this is a major problem in this Arsenal YouTube fan base. Why would you follow this silly little cow sitting there tubing with a yappy little dog on her lap?
Because she says what they want to hear. I saw a video yesterday about there's a lot of money in selling hope to people, and that is true. A lot of people love the idea of hope, and Arsenal and a lot of this fan base have mastered selling people hope. People love to attach themselves to hope. Even if it's a hopeless cause, they love the idea of escapism and hope against reality. And you know the backlash we get, Jez, is breaking and shattering that dream, that fantasy, that things are not okay, that things are not all right. A lot more people, it shows. How many people on a big platform talking shit? Why? Because it's a fantasy, Jez. And they like the fantasy.
Northside. You know the way the world is now, right? Right? You know how it is. It's not a pretty world. It's not a nice world anymore. And people like her, sad to say, if she turned up in North London with people who don't like her, I'm sorry to say this, she would get a smack. That's the world it is now. That is the world it is. And I hate to say that, but that's the world we live in now. It's not like it was 10, 15 years ago where, you know, we had 20 years ago, we had what went on. We all know about that. But unfortunately, people like her put a face out there, she'll get a smack. There will be somebody that will go, I don't fucking like you, bang.
Well, hopefully not.
It's not nice. I hope that never happens.
Hopefully
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. But you know how the world is now. You see it, mate. You see it. We've seen it over here. I mean,
But people, but Jez, people like escapism, bro. Like that's what a lot of people like. Like, why do people take recreational drugs? Because they want to escape their day-to-day life. Why do people like getting behind certain political parties? Because they want the dream that things are going to change. Even though they see parties going in, parties going out, different presidents, nothing changes. They like the dream. Why do people love going to Disneyland, playing a fortune to Disneyland? Escapism. Go tapping back into your childhood where you thought, Peter Pan, I'm a real boy, and all of that. Oh, it was lovely. You know what I mean? This is escape the real world of taxes and people want escapism. That's what they want. And when you sell people escapism, and now they do it through football clubs, people buy into it. But do you know the thing about life? And Jez, you know this more than all of us. You can never escape reality. You know, you can never escape reality. You can try to run from reality, but it will always catch up to you. You know, so the best thing to really do is confront reality. But this is what they like. They like to escape. This is why, you know, the government know, oh, give them a couple of holidays. Let these lot feel like they got freedom. You ain't got no freedom. You ain't got no freedom. You get 1 month of holiday. The other 11, your ass is back at work, working like a modern day slave. That's how it worked. Modern day slavery. You ain't what you think? Oh, because you're gonna go Bahamas, your ass is coming back. Your bills is coming back. You know what I mean? So you better get ready. So don't worry, you feel all good because you get a little holiday. No, we don't have freedom. We don't have freedom. Freedom is being able to travel without having to use a passport. Freedom, we shouldn't have to be confined based on where we live. God made the world for everybody. Why do we have to have passport for? Why do we have to have all these lines of all this? It's all escapism. I told my friend, the older I get, yeah, all this holiday stuff is bullshit, yeah, to the point that I'm making. What is the point, yeah, living your life? That's why now I'm seeing the newer generation, they want to live abroad. They don't want to live here no more because they're like, I want my standard of living being higher. The dream years before my mum's generation is buy a house, do this and that. They don't care about that no more. Why am I paying what I could get? I saw a video. He was saying he was paying £500 for a room in Leeds, and he could get literally a flat, and they got like a sauna downstairs, they got a gym, they got all of this. He's got a whole flat, a nice view and everything for the same amount of money. That is the new dream now. The new dream of the new generation is work online, make your money online, whatever you do online, and go live somewhere else. Work somewhere where it's sunny. Where you know there's low crime, where it's good weather all the time. That's what it's about. Do you know what I mean? People want autonomy to be able to do what they want to do, dictate their own hours, work the hours that they want, not going into a mortgage that these days is barely affordable. Housing crisis, price of everything going up, council tax going up, taxes going up. Every time you want a side hustle, government taking more money out of that. This is the reality. This is a reality. And at the end of the day, but people love a little escapism. You can go Disneyland. You can go Thailand for a couple of days. It's all nonsense, man. It's all nonsense. People want escapism, but at the end of the day, you always have to return back to reality. So change your reality. The best way to change things is to actually embrace reality and then change it. It's harder than it gets better. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because right now, how many people growing up right now, the generation below me, I'm already talking like generation below me. They're looking at it like, what? I go to uni, I come out of uni, the jobs ain't paying me good enough. Everything's going up. Yep. Can't even get at work, you're having to spend £5-6 just for a meal. £7 for a meal, spending stupid amount of money. There's no incentive. Everywhere you go with your car, you get a parking fine, congestion charge fine. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's out to get you. Every time you make an extra side money, they want to get your money. This is what I'm seeing anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? This guy likes to hear himself talk, bro. When you get a YouTube channel, you have to like talking. That's the whole point, bro. What's that talking about?
He came in here, so he must like to hear you talk.
Imagine he coming there with all of me. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what annoys me the most, guys. I've talked too much, but what fucks me off is when you see comments about culture and colour right? This is what fucks me right off, because at the end of the day, where I grew up, there was many different cultures, colours, and I fucking hate that term, colours. I fucking hate that, right? To me, people were black or they were whatever. I hate that. I fucking hate that. Because at the end of the day, I've got many, 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 many friends from all different cultures, creeds, whatever you want to call it. I fucking hate it. Yeah. Some of my best mates are from different cultures. And I will never, ever accept that disgraceful sort of credence that you want to make out that people are different. You want to make out to me people are different? No. No. Some of these people are my best mates. Stood by me, and I've stood by them for whatever reasons. Never, ever, ever, ever talk to me like they're not better than me. I'll tell you right now, some of these people that I've known all my life are fucking better than me for what they've achieved and what they've done in their lives. I've done some shit things in my life. Fuck me. And I regret it. But these people are fucking better than me. Fact. And I love the people that I know that are, I hate saying it, blacks, Chinese, Asian, because to me, we're all the fucking same. We're all the same. And we all support the same club. Whether we do or we don't, doesn't matter to me. And I fucking hate it. I really do hate it. It really angers me. And I'll shut up on that one.
It's just humans, isn't it? It's just humans, man. It's just humans. There's too many that's just, yeah, it's mad. But it is what it is. We move forward anyway. We move forward. But listen, big up to the panel. I don't want to take, I know a lot of us got work tomorrow. Yeah, man. Listen, final words and shout out your channels, man. Tops, big up for jumping on the channel. The links to everybody is in the titles. Make sure you're subscribing and supporting everybody. Tops, man. Shout out what you got coming up next, bro. And shout out your channel, man.
Yeah, man. Big up, obviously, Northside for having me on. Big up the panel. Big up Jez, Matty, Carl as well. Good to be on the panel with you guys as always, man. But yeah, just obviously my channels, T-Chanzo Sports. Do watch-alongs on there. Obviously, content with Arsenal and obviously other fans as well and other teams, man. So yeah, got a few watch-alongs coming on. I'll be doing the Club World Cup this week as well. Hopefully that'll be starting. So yeah, that should be good. Watching some football live on the channel. So that should be good. And yeah, man, just doing some more obviously transfer news with Arsenal. Hopefully we can get some signings over the line because yeah, I'm sick of seeing all these other teams getting players apart from my own team. So yeah, that's a bit jarring. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some good news this week. And yeah, man, that's all, bro. But yeah, thanks again for having me on, bro. It's been a pleasure.
Nah, big up, man. Big up every single time, man. Make sure you subscribe to Tops' channel. Link is in the title. Make sure you're supporting everyone on the panel. All the links are in the title. Jez, big up every time, man. What do you say, man? Let the people know what you got coming up, man.
Well, I'm actually sort of in between. I'm away, so it's a bit of a sort of like, oh, I'll just do a stream. So I've got nothing planned. To be fair, I'm just enjoying my time out here in France and having a great time. So it's one of them sort of things where you think, oh, I might do a stream tonight, but yeah, loved it for coming on Northside as always. Big up to you guys, Tops, Matty, as always, Carl, gun down. Yeah, I'm just having a great time.
I keep enjoying it, man. Keep enjoying it. Now, big up to Jez, man. The link to Jez's channel, Jez's Arsenal is in the title as well. Big up, bro. Matty, let the people know what you got coming up, bro.
Yeah, man. Me and Aaron's supposed to be together today, but I think Aaron got tied up or whatever. So we'll probably make that date up sometime this week or either next week or whatever. But we'll link back up. I'll probably be having a call-in show on Saturday, more than likely. But I'll post it so everybody can hop on if you want to hop on. And that's probably going to do it for me for the year. After that, I'm going to take me a nice Arsenal break. I might do a stream here or there, but I'm not running my blood pressure up with these fools.
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. Big up Matty as well. Matty's channel link is in the title as well. Make sure you're subscribing as well. Big up Matty for your time. And Carl, let the people know where they can find you, bro.
First of all, big up to the panel. Absolutely great as always. Tox, you and I need to collab at some point. I know. Yeah, we need to do that. Matty, as always, love you, my bro. Jez, appreciate you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful time in France. Absolutely. And as I said, Northside, congratulations on your Portugal winning another trophy. So well done, sir. You'll find me on my YouTube channel, Gundown UK. You'll find me on Instagram, GundownUK_34. So I've got a bit of a busy schedule in my head. I will be doing a panel show on Wednesday night. And then from Thursday going all the way through to Sunday, I will be doing 4 straight watch-alongs for the World Cup of Darts. That's all penciled in now. That's all set, ready to go. So, got all that. Looking forward to plus the Club World Cup as well. And me and Guns will be collaborating for when Real Madrid play Al Hilal in the group stage. So, looking forward to it. But as always, Northside, big up, bro. Thank you so much for having me.
Nah, big up, man. Big up to the whole panel. Like I said, for me, make sure you're liking and subscribing to everyone. All the links are in the title. Make sure you're supporting everyone that supports the channel. And we're going to redirect to Lee. Ronaldinho 10 raid. You know what I'm saying? Put Ronaldinho 10, put R10. You know what I'm saying? Spam the chat. You know what I'm saying? My goat. Baller. You know what I'm saying? No Garnachos around it. You know what I'm saying? Ronaldinho raid, and we're out, man. Love.
Peace out, guys.